Radio.
Hello, everyone. Welcome to another episode of the Aftershock, where we're going to give you the latest and greatest of all things happening in the world of Web3 and the metaverse. Now, for all those who are listening over on the podcast, we appreciate you. For those on YouTube, thank you for watching us. Please make sure you give us a like and a subscribe if you're on YouTube. And if not, you can go check us out on our podcast and vice versa. Now, we have a packed filled amount of content for you today. So we're going to go ahead and get right into it and kick off this week's Aftershock.
The Aftershock.
This week's Web3 lightning round is going to kick off with Coinbase survey indicating that 20% of Americans own crypto. So the Morning Consult published a survey finding on behalf of Coinbase Exchange to reveal that 20% of Americans, representing about 5.3 million, own at least one crypto asset. The cryptocurrency perception study was designed to examine how Americans perceived the current global financial system and their view about the future of the crypto market. I think this is extremely bullish news. It's really cool to see how the expansion of crypto and Web3 is occurring here in the United States. I know it is occurring more rapidly overseas and internationally, but it's good to see that more and more people are looking into the world of crypto, even after everything that happened last year. But I think that as we get closer and closer to maturity, aka getting closer to mass adoption, we're going to see this number increase over time. So really excited to see that 20% of Americans are owning crypto. Our second story is looking at Tel Aviv, which their stock exchange is proposing to allow crypto trading. So the Tel Aviv Stock Exchange, TASE for short, has become another traditional trading floor to hop on the accelerating cryptocurrency by allowing customers to transact digital assets. On Monday, February 27th of 2023, TASE started a public discussion to draft rules to approve non-banking members to trade crypto. I think this is cool because you're starting to see more and more governments and banking systems, traditional banking systems that were very anti-crypto, start to become more welcoming and provide more access to people to be able to get into this asset class. It almost kind of correlates with what we just saw with our last article with 20% of Americans starting to adapt to crypto. I think we're going to see more and more adoption internationally. And it has to first occur by having access and legal ways to on-ramp and off-ramp into crypto. And this is another step forward in that direction. So exciting news over there. Our next story is looking at Ukraine as it netted 70 million in crypto donations since the start of the Russia conflict. So the Ukraine and Russia have now been at war for over a year, unfortunately. And there's been roughly 28.9 million in Ether donated to Ukraine, as well as another 22.8 in billion and 22.8 million in Bitcoin and 11.6 million in Tether. So there has been a lot of money that has been flowing through donations over there to help provide the nation with funds for military equipment, humanitarian assistance, and much more. And I think it is very unique that we're seeing crypto as a means to provide the financial resources to help aid in what's going on over there. I think that this is going to be a use case that other countries evaluate and look at for ease of receipt, ease of being able to convert that into local currency so that they can then use the money for different resources. And I think that more and more use cases within the world of crypto will continue to evolve. So crypto donations also just natively here in the US, I know have been occurring. I've seen more and more of these different nonprofits and organizations starting to receive and accept crypto. So $70 million is a significant amount of money. Not necessarily enough to go win a war, but really cool to see people being able to send donations via crypto and seeing that money go to work. Next, we're going to look at Hawaii Cloud and Tencent Cloud announcing its Cloud 3 its Web3 Alliance. So one of the interesting stories here is that you're starting to see more and more of these giant cloud companies come together to try to take on the beast that is AWS. So Amazon Web Services is one of the largest cloud services out there. And to try to gain market share, you're starting to see some different companies trying to strategically create these partnerships that allow them to move faster, have more resources jointly, and then also try to go towards the future, which is blockchain. And I think that if they were able to have some pretty early success with this and are able to start taking some market share away from your traditional Web 2 type of cloud services, you will see this trend continue and have more and more people start flocking over to Hawaii Cloud and Tencent Cloud and their joint venture that they have moving forward. Our next story looks at Nano Labs, which slammed Coinbase's futures contract with a copyright lawsuit. So futures products violated their trademark rights, and Nano Labs is asking the court to issue an injunction banning Coinbase from using the word nano and all related trademarks, domain names of similar nature. According to the complaint, Nano Labs alleged that the violations caused financial loss to the company and damaged its brand image, resulting in real and irreparable harm. Nano Labs is asking for damages for at least $5 million for correction of Coinbase ads, the destruction of all Nano trademark infringing material, and the forfeiture of all profits from the exchange's use of Nano's trademark. So Coinbase is going through it right now in a lot of different ways, between its regular stock market prices getting punished and having to deal with the aftermath of what just happened with Kraken, with the SEC banning all staking. Coinbase still currently has its staking, but we'll see what happens with that. And the launch of its newest coin, which also is having some challenges. There's a lot going on over there. They're still trying. Still think that Coinbase in the long run is going to be okay, but they can't seem to catch a break at the moment. So hopefully Coinbase can get on the other side of all of this and start to get on the right side of a lot of these different news articles that are coming out. Next, we're going to look at Spotify, which is testing Web3 wallet integration. Users can access token-enabled playlists from Overlord, Fluff, Moonbirds, and Kingship with their NFT wallets. So Overlord, a Web3 gaming ecosystem, announced its partnership with Spotify, and the token-enabled community-curated playlist from Overlord may now be used via Web3 wallets of those who hold the Creeps NFTs on Spotify. Only Android users from the US, UK, and Germany, Australia, and New Zealand can unlock the playlists. Other participants in the 3-month pilot are Fluff, Moonbirds, and Kingship Metaverse communities. More and more information is going to be coming out on this, but I think this is really cool. I also think that for a lot of the other Web3 companies out there that are attacking decentralized type of music and gated content through blockchain and NFTs, etc., this could be a huge challenge. This could start something where Spotify already has critical mass. And if they are to do this use case and see success, they could roll this out to a much larger audience very quickly. So I'm going to be watching this one really closely, especially as, again, this could be a major threat to a lot of the other decentralized Web3 music applications that are out there. So I think this is cool, but I also think that this is very unfortunate for a lot of the other Web3 music companies out there. Finally, we're going to look at a really interesting article about rap star Drake losing 400,000 Bitcoin bet on Jake Paul in the split decision loss to Tommy Fury. So for all those who have been watching the Jake Paul story, who's constantly in the limelight for his YouTube antics and the various fights that he has won. He recently lost his first boxing match, and Drake bets $400,000 in Bitcoin on Jake Paul's fights. Now, a couple things that's interesting about this. One, and this is more on the fun side, the Drake curse seems to be real. For those who don't know about this, Drake is notoriously known as it relates to sports betting, that if he bets on your side, there's been a lot of significant losing. And so that's just one element of it, just for fun. But on the other side, Drake making Bitcoin bets, you're starting to see crypto really evolve into not just hip hop culture, but all of music and more of these artists who are looking at cryptocurrency as a real means for growing and into the future and being part of it, whether it's through music or Snoop Dogg and all the things that he's been elevating through NFTs and everything else. You're seeing more and more of these artists start to go down the crypto route. But again, I thought this was just a fun, hilarious story that I want to go and put in there to one, say that, hey, Drake has Bitcoin and he's making bets with it. And the other is to just unfortunately talk about Jake Paul's first loss. So that's going to wrap up Web3 Lightning Round. Again, appreciate you joining and seeing all the latest and greatest that is happening in the world of Web3. If you like what you heard today, please give us a like or give us a review online to let us know what you think. Please leave us some comments if you think there's some news that we aren't covering that you think we should, or if you have some suggestions on types of articles that you want to be hearing. So again, we appreciate your time. We appreciate you being here today. And as always, we hope you continue to stay cryptocurrent.
Thank you for joining us for another episode of Cryptocurrent. Cryptocurrent is a cryptocurrency and blockchain education platform that's bridging the gap between the curious newcomers who are just discovering the space and the thought leaders who are shaping its future. All opinions expressed by Richard Carthon, the Cryptocurrent team, and their guests on this show are exclusively their own opinions. This show and any other Cryptocurrent production is exclusively for informational purposes.